Welcome back to another episode of Sleeping Giants, Red Star Belgrade. Now, in our last episode, we basically performed the crime of the century against Galatasaray, and we somehow managed to come with a 1-0 win away from home in Turkey, and I really don't know how we did that. Pure luck, I'm saying. It was certainly not tactical on our part. We did well to keep a clean sheet. They missed a lot of good chances and we took our chance. And I guess it was just nice to have that happen for us. But at the same time, I'd be fucking angry if it happened the other way around, as you well know. So we're going to take that one and just like, okay, we'll move on. It's a good piece of luck, but we can't let that think that we're going to, be able to kick on from that and actually do things against big sides. However, it was our first ever away win in Europe in the group stages, which is perfect. Got us £800,000 extra, plus it's 3 points in the group, which I was not expecting to get. And I think it's given us a real chance, if we can beat them at home, of sneaking into that third spot. And if they can do magical things against United and Bayern, who knows what's going to happen in this group stage. Now, this month, we've basically been trying to just continue and kick on as to what we actually want to get done in the league, which was just to keep on winning, basically. I want to win as many games as I can in a row at the start of this season, so when we do eventually drop points, it won't be too much of a big deal, basically, and just get as much of a lead as I can, so I can actually start to rest some players for some of the more important Champions League games once we've got ourselves a little bit of a buffer. So, for example, today isn't quite as important as some of the other ones we've got coming up, so it won't be quite so necessary. For example, the Galatasaray home game, I want to rest players before that in the league to make sure that we get through that. Obviously, these games are important. Here in Man United the two home games against them are hugely important, because if we do take anything from them, it could be the difference between us getting fourth and third, conceivably, or maybe even second, if things go to plan elsewhere. Now, some people wanted to see... what was it you wanted to see? I can't actually remember. There was some people that wanted to see something. Let me just try and check my notes and I'll come back when I've actually figured that out. Back in a sec, guys. Right, guys, I'm back. I remember what it was. It was club history. So, guys, you wanted to see sort of like... had we broken any records, what the sort of records were that we could break. So basically, things we have broken. Highest attendance, we're not going to get anywhere near that unless we make our stadium massive, because it would appear that they had 96,000 against Ferencvaros in the 1975 Cup Winners' Cup. So yeah, no chance there. Highest attendance since then, of course, is the 35,000, and the lowest attendance was in a cup match. Ironically, a quarter-final. I think that must have been the year before we started, though. No, it was in our first season. Ouch. Biggest win ever, of course, is the 11-0 over Jeunesse d'Esch. Biggest defeat was the 7-3 to Liverpool. Highest scoring game was that ridiculous 6-5 against Partizan, where I literally exploded. Highest scoring league game was the 7-2 over Mladost. I'm pretty sure that was a live com. I don't know if it was. I'm pretty sure it was. As for players, most league goals, it's Borovoy Kostic with 224. I sense that we might not be able to catch that one. Most league apps for the club, Dragan Zazic. Top league goal scorer, though, in one season was Luka Jovic with 21. I think this year he can beat that if he stays fit. Highest average rating, of course, was Luka Jovic with a 7.76, which is good. Average youngest player was Stefan Matejevic, who I don't think he even plays for us anymore. Oldest player, Savo Pavicevic. Again, fastest goal now, average 11 seconds, my god. Most goals in a match, of course, was Luka Jovic when he got 4, I think that was last season, actually, in the Cup against Sloboda. Most assists in one year was Mahatma Osu with 26 during that ridiculous season. Youngest goal scorer, again, was Stefan Matejevic, and oldest goal scorer is, again, Savo Pavicevic. As for sequences, most games won in a row must have been when we were really kind of trying to get back into the league title after a poor start in our first season, I think. Because we actually won 16 in a row, which is incredible. Most games without losing, though, is 26, and that is a run that we are currently on at the moment. We've not lost in our last 26 league matches. If we can go unbeaten in our next 4, that would be essentially a full league season that we've not lost a game for. And I wonder if we can go an entire year unbeaten. And I think, provided we can get through the games against Partizan, we might well have a chance in that one. So there you go. I think the last game we lost actually was against Partizan. Although it doesn't feel like it was 26 games ago. It feels like it was shorter than that, but who knows. Most games lost in a row was 2. Most games without winning was 4, which is actually surprising. Most games without scoring was 2, and the most games without conceding, interestingly, was 5, which is quite a good record. But we are doing well defensively this year, so there you go. Those are some club records. Let me just see if there's anything else we can really conceivably have. I mean, those are sort of more league records. I don't really know. That's basically all I can really show you. So there we go. Right, let's get into what's happened this month. Now, we started off back at home in the Superliga against Vojvodina, and it needed to be a continuation of the way we've been playing. Now, we were a little bit knackered after the game against Galatasaray, so I was actually surprised that we played as well as we did, and in some respects we probably should have won the game by more goals, but I don't really care. And it was a Luka Jovic penalty was all that separated the sides. We should have had more goals, and they probably should have had a couple goals too. It was very, very much a bad day of missing chances. But in the end, we managed to hold on and get ourselves a 1-0 because they really did come at us in the end. And thankfully, we were able to defend, get the clean sheet, and earn ourselves another 3 points. In our next game, we had the cup game against Bachka Palanka. I believe it is Bachka. If someone could correct me on that, but I'm pretty certain it is Bachka Palanka, who didn't even end up with a shot in this game. But it was great because it gave me a chance to play a really rotated side because I figured we could beat them and we needed to rest a few players. So as you can see, Jaksic came in, Sergio Obando came in, Ozdoev, Sufedzic, Zivkovic, Naby Kamara, and of course Luka Belic started up front for this one. And it's important for me to give him some game time really because he is essentially our third choice striker in a lot of games due to the foreign player restrictions. So I have to say though, Jaksic was absolutely brilliant. He seems to have settled into that role out on the right hand side, replacing Adamenko when the time comes incredibly well. Some of his crosses were superb today. He didn't get as many assists as I thought he might. For me, that one was an assist which he did get on Luka Belic's first goal of the match after 22 minutes. Now we weren't that good really in terms of the number of shots, but we did actually put them in the net. Jaksic was back in action again not long after that with this wonderful cross again, which for me, I think he was unlucky not to get the assist for, but he didn't. But he was putting in some wonderful balls from that right wing, and that was our sort of main area of attack. And of course, just before half-time, we won a penalty, and Luka Belic wrapped up his hat-trick, scored his first goal for us, and then scored 2 more. So clearly he's got the bug for goals, and that was great to see, basically. It's nice to see him get on the score sheet a few times. You know, he's made to step up from the second tier to go to the champions, which is quite a big step up, I have to say, and he's done well so far. Sufedzic also played a good game, which was, I don't know whether his rating was particularly good, but he had some nice touches, played some nice passes, and I was pretty happy with his performance overall. He needs to get more game time, and it's good to see him getting some there. Gajic then smashes one in from, well, basically, if that ball hits the goalkeeper, the keeper's going into the net with it. There's nothing stopping that one. So there you go, a 4-0 win in the cup, puts us through to the next round. We don't know the draw yet, that will be later, so you won't really find out exactly what that one is. Then we played against Radniki away from home, and because of Milicic had the flu, we got a chance to play Florentin Tosca up front for this one. Unfortunately, he had to come off after 37 minutes, which was because I think he actually had a good game, or he was certainly having an alright game before he came off, and I would have liked to have seen him play the full 90. He put a good touch actually for the first goal, just to sort of like the players all heading one way. Oh no, sorry, the second goal. Savicevic put us 1-0 up on 11 minutes, but it was the second goal that I think Tosca showed some good vision, because everything was kind of going one way, and he just almost took a step back and picked a lovely ball out to Adamenko, which you're going to see in a sec. It's a really simple piece of play, but it's not something I've seen us do very often, and it's good to see that we've got a player in the team that will play a pass like that. Where it certainly stood out to me. As you can see, Stan was in goal for this one. He and Bajic have sort of been sharing the responsibilities. But yeah, we'll see. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. So as they're going forward here, you think, right, they're going to play it then. But it comes back to Tosca, and instead of looking forward, he just immediately spreads the play, and it just sort of opens up new avenues, and then straight on the head of Jovic, Adamenko, perfect cross. I was really happy with that ball from Tosca. I know I'm making a big deal out of it, but for me, it's just nice to see him getting involved and playing well. Unfortunately, he was injured after that. I haven't seen anything in the news feed, so I'm assuming he's okay, which means he might well be fit to go on the bench against Bayern Munich today, because obviously it's Europe, which means we can play a load more of these guys. So they're quite happy to do that at the moment, which is good to see as well. Savicevic then came inside, comes back, and Luka Jovic was there to make it 3-1, 3-0 with his 11th goal of the season. Now, not long after that, ball in, and eventually it's going to come back down. I was disappointed with us to concede today. I really wanted to try and keep as many clean sheets as possible. Ristic's ball in, flicked to the back post, and this was just, what on earth was the defender doing there? Back across, and Savicevic to grab his second. Jovic and Savicevic got 2 goals and an assist each in this game. Wonderful stuff. Now, I don't know, I didn't want to concede. I want to see how we can be a bit stronger at the back, but that was such a poor ball over the top, and Zesh, I thought we'd managed to clear the danger, but then he just ducked back inside and took the strike, so good goal from Juro Zech. But we need to be better. That's one thing we need to work on, is trying to keep more clean sheets. But I guess if we're winning games, it's not too important. But it would just be nice to try and keep our defensive record solid. That being said, we do still have the best defensive record in this league. We've conceded 5 goals in our first 7 games. 7 games which we have won all 7 of, let's point that out. That's probably the best start we've ever had. And yet, we still only find ourselves 3 points clear of Borac, who've had an absolutely stunner of a start. Closely in behind them is Jagodina. Then it's a little bit of a gap back to Čukarički and Partizan. Partizan only are in that position because they got a late winner against Čukarički. So we're still 9 points clear of Partizan, which is good, but only 3 points clear of Borac at the moment. I expected with 7 straight wins we'd actually be more like 5 or 6 points clear, but we're not, and we need to keep on winning until we've got a reasonable sized gap, and then we can start resting players for important matches. Let's take a little look at the squad. What in the name of Jesus? Okay, I don't know why it's on that. Overall? Oh, come on! Oh, I hate it when it does this. Okay, so why does it do that? Vukan Savicevic is back to... Well, it's top scorer with 12 in 14, which is incredibly impressive. Jovic has 11 in 12. Militic has 6, and Gajic is in there behind with 5. Top assister is Jovic, surprisingly, actually, Jovic with 6. And most player of the matches is Vukan Savicevic with 4, which is actually very impressive. As for yellow cards, 3 for Bazan Vera. Red cards, we're on none here. Average rating, Nikola Antic still, and he is now fit again, which is going to be interesting now that he's back. Having him and Adamenko could be our saving grace. So there you go. A couple of people wanted to see who certain players are wanted by. Adamenko is wanted by a load of people. Roma, Hamburg, Lyon, Marseille, Napoli, just in case you were curious. Luka Jovic is wanted by, weirdly, Galatasaray and Hamburg. Seems a bit odd. Anyone else that's wanted? Stankovic is wanted by... Oh, that's our affiliate club in Ukraine, which is a strange one. I suppose they bought him on loan, really, weren't they? Tufedzic is wanted by... Who is he wanted by? Come on. Palermo and Udinese, although that is on loan. I don't know, I think he's got a lot of potential. I really want to give him his breakthrough season this year. Karaklic, I believe he's wanted by Čukarički. Okay, there's been other clubs putting bids for him, but I want to keep him because he's Serbian and he's decent. And I think that is, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I will add those other stats back in again. I think it happens when I change skins when I use FM Classic to do the FM League games. I can only assume that when I reload the skin, it seems to get rid of that, unless I can find it in, like... custom. No. Oh, hang on, wait. Yes! Right, here we go, guys. Apologies for that. Someone did tell me I could do that. I just wasn't sure where I could find it. There you go. So, interceptions. Bazan Vera with 134 interceptions, which is superb. Key passes. Militic with 23 now. Games won. Most of them have got 100. Key tackles. Bazan Vera with 11, as well as Darko Lazic. Aerial challenges, Bazan Vera dominates, but Luka Jovic is still right up there. And mistakes. Although I might actually switch to that one, because it's a little bit more sensible, and it shows values. And just in case you're wondering, Luka Jovic, still our most valuable player. Right. Let's get into today's game then. It's against Bayern Munich. We're at home, and I've basically come to the conclusion now that we need to basically attack these teams when we play them at home, because it doesn't work when we try to defend against them. We need to go out there from the beginning, not on attack, on control. I'll just do a quick pick here and move some stuff around. Adamenko, Antic, Bazan Vera, Lazic, Benyak, really? No. Sorry. I don't even know who that is. I'd much rather have Bajic in there. I've liked his look. I know that Bazan Vera is a little bit knackered, but he's genuinely our best defender. And if we can't, I'll rest him for the next league game because we need him for Bayern. Ristic and Cernic in the middle, Gavric, Savicevic, Toshka, and Jovic up front because Militic is still suffering from the flu. Really? Oh, that's irritating. That's disappointing. Okay, well, Florian Toshka has got a big... he's got a lot on his shoulders at the moment for this game. As you can see on the bench, we've got the likes of Georgi Pia, Aaron Zahavi, and Naby Kamara. So, not that it doesn't matter about foreign players, but that's why it's good that we can actually bring those guys on. We can sort of use our best possible squad in games like this, which might just give us a little bit more of a chance. Let's see what we can do, guys. I'm not expecting a repeat of last season. I think we were very lucky to get the win in that game, and I'm not expecting it, but I would still see if we could at least give them a crack, you know? Just give it a go, see what we can come up with. Who knows? Maybe we can pull off an absolute miracle. One thing I am very interested in, though, is the Galatasaray-Manchester United game. It is... Galatasaray are away from home, so who knows? Genuinely, who knows what can happen? I'd like to think, like... Basically, the way I look at it is either a draw would help us potentially get into second if there's a real chance of that, or... a straight-up win for Man United. You know, if we're going to have no hope of getting into second, then I'd rather Man United just win the game. That way we can make sure we get to third place, basically. That's the key here. Gavric loses the ball high up the pitch, but he does win it back there. Antic, Cernic, Jovic, surely not. Luka Jovic! Oh, what a save by Manuel Neuer. And what a chance for Luka Jovic. We've started the better side, amazingly. We do seem to have this fortress effect when we play at home. And go on, Toshka. Oh, that's a really poor ball from Toshka. Damn it. That would have been quite a useful pass, but I'm thinking perhaps dropping a little deeper might just work against them, though, because they clearly are going to try and get behind us with the likes of Trindade de Vilhena and obviously Lewandowski. And I think if we just drop a little bit deeper, we can try and take that part out of the game, and the rest of our strategy should still work. There might just be a little bit more space in the midfield, but I think we should be okay with it still. I'll tell you what, 20 minutes into the game, they've only had one shot. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Their squad is so much better than ours. Are we just tactically better than them? Tactically better than them in this game? Because they've had one shot in the first half an hour of the game. I'm completely flabbergasted. And Man United are 2-0 up there. What a first half performance from us. 13 shots in the first half against Bayern Munich, and they've had... What is going on? They're not playing a weakened side, are they? Because from what I could see, Lewandowski is not a weakened team. I'm going to stay on control for now, but if it comes to the point later in this game where we're still dominating, I might just go on attacking. I feel we could win this, guys. There's genuinely a chance of winning this. I'll be disappointed if we don't at least get a point out of this now. From that first half performance, let's just adjust our opposition instructions still, though, just in case he's had any ideas. Lahm, Benatia, Badstuber, Alaba, Shaqiri, Muller, Ned Stark? Oh, Nicholas Stark. Oh, damn it. Well, I guess he isn't king in the north. Ginter. No, it's not perhaps their strongest team, but it's certainly not a weakened side, that's for sure. If we can play like that in the second half, I think there's every chance of us maybe nicking a goal and winning this one 1-0 again, like we did against Galatasaray. And frankly, I would take that. If we win this game, I think there's a good chance of us battling it for second with Man United, genuinely. Or maybe battling it for second with Bayern Munich, who bloody knows? Remember, this is the team that beat Manchester United 3-0 in the last game, and they've not even managed a shot on target against us in the first 55 minutes of the game. Now they finally had one. Oh, come on. Right, okay, don't worry, we've got a tailor-made solution to that particular substitution issue, and that is... Wait. Now, Jaksic, I'm bringing on Jaksic instead of Pia. That's what we're going to have to do for now. Not ideal. Antic might have been part of the reason we were doing so well in this game, but I'll tell you what, still, we look the better side, but I have this awful feeling that as a result of what we did in the last match, where we completely mugged off Galatasaray, I feel that we're probably going to be on the receiving end of that from Bayern today. They are starting to come at us a little bit more now, and here we go, and there's the goal. Disappointing, guys, I have to say. I'm not... Oh, Ristic, really? I'm disappointed that we've actually ended up conceding like that as well. Like, we were desperately poor against Galatasaray and got lucky with the game, so I can't really be too frustrated with the fact that we've been the better side today and we've probably going to end up losing, really, because, you know, it swings and roundabouts, guys. That being said, we really should try and push out at them. We're going to push higher up for this last sort of few minutes, and I'm going to make another substitution. Who have we got on the bench? I'm going to bring on Belic, I think. Actually, I might just make the double sub now. I really should bring him off, to be honest, guys. Look, he's a 57. If he gets injured, it's worse for us. And Pia can actually play centre-back, like, fully accomplished, as far as I can... Not accomplished, natural. He's a natural centre-back and right-back, which is a really strange combination, but I'll take it. They keep saying putting more crosses in. Maybe we genuinely should hit early crosses and whip them. I might just go overload for the next quarter now, because if we lose, we lose. But if we get something from this game, it'll be glorious. Take more risks. Don't bother about retaining possession. Pass it into space instead. Let's just go for it. We've got 13 minutes to try and save the game, really. I'll be disappointed, but at the same time, I'm not too disappointed because we got a result that we weren't expecting in the last round. It's just a shame considering how well we've played, but there are still positives to take from it in the fact that we have played as well as we have. As you can clearly see, we've been probably the better side in terms of overall stats, but we've not created any clear-cut chances today, and that is clearly the issue. But it's just disappointing to lose against Bayern here. Oh, wow. I feel like we've been mugged off, and I understand fully now how Galatasaray feel. That being said, they were much more dominant against us than we have been against Bayern today. They really did have a lot of shots, and to lose by that own goal as well, that's disappointing, guys. It's a shame, but sometimes it happens. Like, they did play incredibly well, and I'll tell you what, if we play like that against Man United, there's every chance we could beat them. We should have beaten Bayern today, or at least got a point. So that gives me a lot of confidence going into our next game. And Man United did beat Galatasaray by 2-0, which gives us a real chance. And I think we might have a chance of battling against Man United for that third spot. Not for the third spot, for that second place. I think there's a real opportunity that we could nick something from them. And you never know what we could do against these sort of sides away from home if we continue to play well. That's probably one of our best ever European performances. Like, even when we beat Bayern last year, we were still the poorer side stats-wise, from what I can remember. But that is probably one of our best ever European performances, and sadly it isn't recognised with a win. But we'll take it. We've still only conceded 1 goal in the Champions League so far, and that is impressive after 2 matches in a group like this, considering how difficult it looked when I first saw the draw. So I'm pretty pleased with how things are going. What do you guys think? How do you think it's been going so far? Do you reckon we can get second in this group? Do you reckon we'll be able to come up with results against Manchester United, perhaps, and that might do the trick? Who knows? So, in the next episode, we'll of course be doing the Manchester United game. So, in between, I've got a derby against Partizan and then away at Radniki. I think if we beat Partizan in there, in the home game, there's a real chance of us going on a very long unbeaten run in the league. But Man United at home is the next game, and that is going to be an absolutely huge one for us. So if we can win that, there's every chance of us getting into second spot, I would say. Anyway, so guys, if you like what you've seen, please drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for the home match against Manchester United. See what we can do. Bye-bye.